Baltazar finally getting close enough to score.
Tim, that left hook to the body would seem to me that would like break your ribs. There's two more. What vicious body punches by Baltazar. Where was he in the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th rounds with those punches?
McGirt showing no ill effects from that exchange to the body.
Well, McGirt must have realized he has to fight this guy a little bit. Can't run.
There's a left that drives him back to the ropes.
Another nice combination, slapping punches by McGirt.
Combination again by McGirt. At least slowing up Baltazar, if not stopping him in his tracks. Under a minute to go in the fight. McGirt scores with another combination.
Another low blow by Baltazar. It's out to the border, Tim.
Trickle of blood from the nose of Baltazar from all of those jabs he's taken.
Tim, just a great performance by two valiant guys, boy, no question. Both of these guys have all the courage in the world. McGirt getting off the floor, and Baltazar taking a million punches from McGirt.
And two more there. Final seconds of the fight. There'll be no knockout. And that's it. An action fight. Buddy McGirt and Tony Baltazar will be back with the decision and meet the winner after this word and a message from your local station.
This is CBS.
For the decision, here's Ed Darian.
And gentlemen, judges Harold Letterman and Billy Costello each score 8-2. As Judge Barbara Perez, she observed the fight at 7-3. For the winner, by unanimous decision, James
Buddy McGirt, no surprise winner of a unanimous decision. The judges seeing it virtually the same way Gil and I did. Can we get Buddy down here? Got all his brothers around him. Tony Baltazar. Buddy, congratulations. Tony, get in here with him. This was a great fight by both of you. Stand side by side if you would. Buddy, Tony Baltazar knocked you down in round 2 with a great combination. It had to get your attention. What were you thinking after that?
To be honest with you, I didn't know what round it was until the girls see the 7th round. I tell you, I fought a lot of fights. I fought world champions. This man's the hardest puncher I ever fought, and no matter what happened today, he still deserves a title fight in any division because he's the man. I see why nobody wants to fight him. The man's a hell of a puncher, and Tony, God bless you, baby.
All right, Tony, stay here, buddy. Tony, after the knockdown, obviously you appeared to be in command of the fight. But Buddy came back and outboxed you. We felt that you just weren't busy enough. He kept you away with that jab. What were you thinking? What were you trying to do?
Well, like I told you earlier that I wasn't going to be bothered by the heat, and today I did. It was pretty hot in here, but there's no excuses. So Buddy's a champ. Buddy fought like a champ, and I wish him all the luck in the world to become champ again.
All right, now you want to fight at 140 pounds. You had a little test here against a 145-pounder. What are your thoughts about where you should be weight-wise?
Well, I'm going to come down to 140 because 147 is a little too big for me. It's kind of hard to hold the weight. But I'll come down to 140 and fight 140.
Boxing fans, glad to see you back, Tony. Good luck to you. Buddy, we just one quick thought for you now. Mildred Taylor, you hope is going to come up to 147. Did you learn anything today about weight and a guy who can punch like that? What are your thoughts about your weight?
Well, I felt great at the weight. You know, it helped me overcome the knockdown and the comeback. But if I was fighting at a lighter weight, I think both of y'all would have got me tonight because I wouldn't have been strong enough to recuperate like I did.
Okay, your eye's all right. You got poked in it early in the fight and again later.
You're right. But, you know, God gave me the strength to pull it through, and I thank God and everybody, my entourage, my mom, and my baby boy.
Okay. Well, your son was a good cheerleader for you. We kept an eye on him. All right, congratulations, buddy. Congratulations to Buddy McGirt, and we'll be back to sum things up with our Gil Clancy when we return live to Swan Lake, New York on Sports Sunday in a moment. Lake, New York, and Gil Clancy, an exciting fight. Two guys, as you pointed out, gave it their all, and I think both learned something about themselves as well as the other guy in there today. What are your thoughts about Buddy McGirt, welterweight?
I'm not so sure that Buddy learned anything about himself. When you interviewed him, he said he felt comfortable at the weight. It helped him get over the knockdown. I still didn't look to me like he's a big enough puncher to be in with the strong welterweights.
Tony Baltazar is a guy who provided plenty of excitement before the misfortune in his life. He's back in action now. He's the kind of guy that entertains fight fans. What about his future?
Tim, he entered.
He wants back in the title picture. He faces the veteran Pedro Laza. Like Baltazar, had a long layoff. A master boxer looking to cage the Tiger. Also tonight, the USBA Light Heavyweight Championship featuring Vincent Boulware. Last seen on USA, Boulware faced defeat before getting a controversial draw against Tyrone Mitchell Frazier. He's moved up in weight and takes on Tony Harrison for the vacant title next on USA. Falling on Phoenix, Arizona, one of the fastest growing cities in the USA. We're in the Valley of the Sun, the scene of this week's USA boxing action. Welcome to the Phoenix Civic Plaza. Budweiser, the king of beers, presents USA's Thursday Night Fights. Hi, everybody. I'm Al Albert, and tonight we'll have a visit from Tony the Tiger, and we'll see if he's still growling. Also, the USBA Light Heavyweight Championship. And time permitting, we'll take a look at another of the U.S. Olympians. That's tonight on USA's Thursday Night Fights. In our main event, it is scheduled for 10 rounds. Junior welterweights, Tony Baltazar and Pedro Laza. Tony the Tiger, 33 wins, 26 by knockout. His career temporarily KO'd by a 2-year prison term, but he returned to the ring late in '88, and he has won 7 of his last 8 fights. And tonight goes up against the veteran Laza, a ring tactician who is looking for his 30th victory as a professional. And Sean O'Grady, this is the classic matchup, boxer versus puncher.
Exactly. These are usually, Al, my favorite kind of fights. Tony the Tiger Baltazar is aggressive. He's a southpaw, and he's got a good left hook. Now, as of recently, he's been working with his trainer, Jerry Cheatham, on his left hand, and you have to wonder how much power that's going to take out of his left hook. As far as his opponent tonight, Pedro Laza, he is a masterful boxer. He'll try to score points from the outside and win his rounds there.
All right, cat and mouse in our main event. Our first fight up, the USBA Light Heavyweight Championship. Right now, the title is vacant, and it will be decided between Vincent Boulware and Tony Harrison. And, Sean, more than a championship fight, this is a grudge rematch.
Exactly. These two have met before earlier in their career. Both visited the canvas in that fight, and that fight was in the the super middleweight division. Now they're fighting in the light heavyweight division, just one step up. And now also they're fighting for this so important USBA championship. The last 3 title holders in this division have fought for world champions. Case in point, over the weekend, we're going to see David Vedder, the former champion, who is going to fight Virgil Hill. That's how significant this title is. Both men realize it, and they're going to try to win.
It's actually been an instant title shot for the winner of the USBA. And time permitting, we'll take a look at a fight seen earlier on the card here in Phoenix. And it's the colorful former Olympian, Anthony Hembrick. He missed the bus at Seoul, but he is riding high as a pro. He has won his first 11 professional fights and now is ranked number 9 in the world in the light heavyweight division by the IBF. So it is a very busy night. A lot of action here in Phoenix on USA's Thursday Night Fights. Tonight's boxing is being brought to you by the U.S. Navy. You and the Navy, full speed ahead. Welcome welcome the USA's Thursday night fights. Opening it up with the USBA Light Heavyweight Championship. Vincent Boulware versus Tony Harrison. We saw Boulware in a tough fight last year against Tyrone Mitchell Frazier, who's actually outfought and came away with the draw. He is in this corner is being brought to you by
KO comments for you, but first, after Tony Harrison left, we talked to referee Bobby Ferrara, and you want to pass along what he said.
Well, I'll tell you, in that 8th round, right at the end of the round, Boulware was scoring heavily on Harrison. He said he was to the point where he was ready to stop it. You know, we talked right there at that point of the fight. It was time for the referee to step in and say that's all.
All right, first KO comment, and this is from Patrick Boom Boom Baker out of Davenport, Iowa. And Sean, the Boomer, says, I often hear Sean say that the jab is the most important weapon a fighter can have. Why is it so important? And can a fighter become a world champion if he doesn't have a good jab?
Right, as we've talked about on Thursday night, that left jab or even the right jab for the southpaw is so important because there's so much you can do with it.